If you have no soul, skip to 1 minute, that's when the video really starts. Please enjoy it, hit that like and subscribe button because I told you when the video really starts. Also comment NBA 2K20 Playmaker badge if you're a real one. Once upon a time, I was only getting 6,000 XP per game for my playmaking badges. I thought I would never get a playmaking badge. I thought it would be impossible to max out my badges. And then, all of a sudden,
I took an arrow in the knee.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, my knee hurt so bad, I was immobilized and stuck inside, unable to move, and I was forced to grind my career for hours on end. And then it finally happened, ladies and gentlemen. Cameron Un merch is out now at worldapparel.com, or you can search up CameronUn.com and it will redirect you to World Apparel. It's the best merch in the game. You know, we're gonna be coming out with more stuff, but the stuff we got now is fire, so go check it out, go cop you some merch. It's looking hella fly. Either way, back to the video, how to get lockdown badges in NBA 2K20. Videos on how to get Playmaker badges. Nah, bro, everyone on my channel wants to know how to get lockdown badges. You're a bot, you don't know how to get lockdown badges. Either way, I was stuck. I wanted to know how to get playmaking badges faster. So I spent hours upon hours trying to figure out the best method to get playmaking badges as fast as possible. Figure out the best settings, the best methods, the best techniques. So all you want to do is first and most importantly, go buy your playmaking boost. Trust me, it's going to make such a big difference. You need the playmaking boost. It's also going to help you a ton if you can upgrade your Lob City pass to the Hall of Fame. Next time you get a playmaking badge, go slap that Hall of Fame Lob City passer on. It's going to help you get your badges real quick. Flashy passer and dimer is also going to help a lot. Now, after extensive research, I figured out the best settings is pro difficulty 12-minute quarters. The higher difficulty doesn't make a difference to your badge progress. It's also going to help a lot being on a team with a lot of slashers like the Lakers. Now that you know which badge to upgrade, that you've got your boost and you've changed your settings, it's time to get into the game. Now, doing this method, you're going to get lots and lots and lots of turnovers. So doing this method, it's kind of unavoidable that you don't get a lot of turnovers, but you also don't get a lot of points towards your badge progress. You can see right here, I got pretty much half a badge from one game. I got 25,000 points towards my playmaking badges. So just know that if you're getting a lot of turnovers, it doesn't matter as long as you're getting a lot of assists. As long as you're getting a lot of assists, it doesn't matter about the number of turnovers. So we're going through 3 methods that you can do in a game to switch it up. And the first method is the pick and roll. This has always been a good method to throw a lot of lobs off. Obviously, I'm sure you guys all know the best way to get playmaking badges is throwing flashy passes and lobs. We're focusing on lobs because I think it's a lot easier. So what you want to do is just call for the pick and roll and drive straight into the paint. Now, a lot of the time, you're not even going to throw to the roller because this year the AI helps and they collapse so easily. So as you can see on this play right here, I've drived in and they've all collapsed on me, which means Kyle Kuzma's man has come into me. So all I did was throw the lob to Kuzma. Now with this pick and roll, you don't have to be real smart because the AI does adapt to the way you're playing. Sometimes you don't have to take the shot if no one's guarding you, so that the next few times that you go in, they eventually don't have to start guarding you and then you don't have someone open. If the screener's man switch and they have the guard on them because they're generally a big, then you can throw the lob to them, or they're either going to double team you and then you can throw the lob to the inside center. So we're going to use this play as another example. Kyle Kuzma sets the screen and they switch the big onto me, which means Kyle Kuzma has a little guard. He gets in front of him and is able to dunk on him. Now sometimes everyone's going to collapse into the paint and nobody's going to cut, so you can't get the easy alley-oop. In that case, all you want to do is find the open man and try throw a flashy pass. Now obviously it's fairly hard to throw an accurate flashy pass to the person you want, but if you can get a flashy pass, you get more XP than you would for an alley-oop. But it's just really important that you actually find the open man and get the assist, because in doing that, they're going to collapse on you less if you keep finding the open man. So you can see in this play, we call for the pick and roll. I just run straight into the paint. LeBron doesn't cut. Instead, he goes out to the mid-range. We kick it out to him and he gets the easy shot. And then next play, his man is going to be less likely to come into the paint. Obviously, you want to try throw the flashy pass, but I know it can be hard, so don't worry if you can't throw the flashy pass. Another thing is that you don't get a lot of turnovers trying to run the pick and roll. It's not the most effective method, but it's the most effective method when the defense is fully set up. So when the defense is fully set up, that's just what you want to do. Now on to the second most effective method, and this is throwing the lob in transition. So this is pretty self-explanatory. All you want to do is when you're running the lane, come out slightly to the right or left so you're not attacking the paint, and then when you have a rim runner, just throw him the alley-oop. Now sometimes no one's going to be cutting, and all you want to do is just wait there. If someone's coming up and you know they're kind of close behind you but they're not cutting, just wait, and you're always going to get someone that's eventually going to come through. Now to get on transition more, as soon as the shot goes up every single time, you want to be running out so that the center can pass it out to you. If you're further out from the three-point line, the shot goes up, your center gets the rebound, and you're just running straight away, then you're gonna get a lot of alley-oops. Now this player, I've just got the steal. I'm coming in through here and see how nobody's cutting, no one's got the open lane. Then Kuzma ends up being open in the paint and you just throw him the lob. All it is when you're in transition is patience. The defense is gonna get confused and you're gonna be able to throw the lob, especially on pro difficulty. Again, right here, the shot was missed and they throw it straight out in transition. Now if nobody's coming behind you and you've clearly got the open lane, you have to take it. If you don't take it, then the defense is just going to expect you to throw the lob every single time, and they're just going to collapse in the paint when you go into transition. And that's what you do not want. Now, if someone's in front of you, I'm lucky enough to be a fast guard. You just come through the paint. I was going to score it. I saw LeBron behind me, and then I just throw the alley-oop. Now, a lot of the time, if you want to, you can throw flashy passes, okay? I'm just throwing alley-oops because I feel more comfortable with that. But if you want to throw flashy passes, you'll get more, if not the same amount of points. Now, the most overpowered method, and it's also somewhat the hardest, is you want to go for team takeover. Now, obviously, you have to unlock team takeover to be able to do this, which shouldn't be hard because you're getting a lot of assists. You're trying to get your playmaking badges. So by default, you should have a fairly good teammate grade every single game. Now, once you're in team takeover, you're able to control all the players on the court. So this goes back to being in a team with lots of slashers. You need the best slasher possible, and you want to give the best slasher possible the ball. You then want that player to pass it to you. So you want to be controlling that player. You pass it to yourself, and when you pass it to yourself, you need to hold A the entire time. So when you hold down A and you pass it to your own player, then you're going to stay in control of that slasher. So as you can see in all these clips right here, I'm using LeBron. I pass it back to myself, I hold down A, and I'm still in control of LeBron. I then just cut to the basket, and while still holding A, I then click X, and it's going to make my player throw the alley-oop to LeBron James. This means that I can always make a LeBron cut, and most of the time he's going to get it. Very, very rarely you're not going to get it, and if you're not getting it, it's generally because your play isn't close enough to the paint. And if you're not on a team like Lakers with a lot of slashes, and let's say you're on Golden State with a team with a lot of shooters, you can also just throw the flashy pass to Steph Curry or something, and then get Steph Curry to shoot the ball. But I think the alley-oops are a lot more guaranteed. You can see when I went in this team takeover, I think I got one turnover, and LeBron missed that one dunk. Also, being in team takeovers don't allow you to play less defense and speed up the pace of the game, so you want to get more offensive possessions. Now, just for a few random tips that are going to help you, I would play the teams that are fairly easy to do this method against. So if you're doing the exact same method as me, throwing the alley-oops to your big mans, I like to play against Golden State Warriors as well as the New York Knicks, because they both have probably the worst centers in the league. So I feel like they're two teams that are actually really easy to do this method against. Another thing is, don't focus on the method too much, okay? Just try play the game and throw lots of alley-oops, and generally don't end up doing the methods. When you try overthink things, that's just when it never works. I was trying to record this gameplay, you know, trying to get a lot of points, you know, trying to get that nice little 30, 25k points so I could fill up half that badge progress, and when I was trying, it just wasn't working. I was getting straight turnovers. I got discouraged, started watching some Logan Paul, some Jake Paul, took my mind off it, was just distracted, playing mindlessly, and all of a sudden, I looked up and I had like an extra 10 assists, and I only got like 2 turnovers in that time. If you're just trying to play the game, just chilling and just throwing lobs, generally it's going to work. If you're trying to overthink things, that's when you're not playing fluently and you're trying to force things too much. As you saw with the pick and rolls, there was like 4 different things that you got to do in certain scenarios, and when you're taking your mind off it, things just happen, and that's when I ended up getting most of my assists. And let's be honest, my career is so boring. You have to take your mind off it for it to be even playable, so just put it on a video, don't sweat it too hard, and generally just throwing a lot of alley-oops, keeping these things in mind, you're gonna get a lot of badge progress. But either way, that's the end of the video. I would consider just binge watching all my videos, because you're gonna be playing my career anyway, so all you got is nothing but time. So, just go over to my channel, click on a few videos, click on a few playlists. You might want to check out my Russell Westbrook build videos. I don't know what you want to do. Maybe you should just binge watch all of them. Click on one of these 4 videos that you see in the corners. If you did enjoy the video, or if the video helped you at all, please leave a like and subscribe. And if you're a long-term viewer, you may as well go cop some merch. You feel me? I mean, you may as well. It's only supporting me, your boy. But yeah, as I said, I'm out. See ya.